Time for you to go beast mode. King of the jungle, cause you're in animal. Time for you to go overload. Eat your competition alive, cause you an animal. What's my competition? Only me. Go head to head with my enemies and smashing the smithereens. Calisthenics burning calories. Bring that fire ready to blow up. Now we're the kerosene. You're a fighter, never gonna give up, never gonna back down. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
For the first time all season long, I get to say my favorite words. Welcome to the Friday Night Blitz. Zero week is here. High school football's back.
Yeah, man, I'm so excited. For year two, for me getting to do this show, I mean, this is just the coolest thing you can do in high school football, to be able to tell the stories of those high school kids out there and to show some of the coolest highlights in all of the state.
And this is my 10th season covering Arkansas high school football.
Man.
And let me tell you, I might be old, but it's still really cool to get to do this. And even cooler when Zero Week is just chock full of rivalries.
Yeah, lots of rivalries, and that starts with every year the Salt Bowl, week 0. It's been a long time since Benton has had the opportunity to host the famed Salt Bowl. It's just about as long as it's been since the last time that they've upset Bryant. But could they do it tonight? Could they do it for the first time since 2005? The Panthers back at Panther Stadium trying to win their first Salt Bowl since 2005. Bryant driving to begin the game. First opportunity of the game, but Jeremiah Moats with the Butterfingers can't hold on to it. Turnovers galore last year, and turnovers at least galore in the first parts of this game. Later on, Drew Davis rolling and finding his guy Carson Collette. We're going to hear those guys connect a lot this season. He gets in the red zone. Hornets defense, though, holding strong. The Panthers settle for a field goal. They lead 3-0. They're winning the Salt Bowl. But yeah, that lead wouldn't last too long. How about Colin Robinson, the running back for the Bryant Hornets, taking this one up the middle, dodging to his right, and he's gone. How about a 30-yard scamper for the score? Touchdown Hornets. They take the lead 6-3. And later on, Hornets continuing to dominate pretty much after the first quarter in this one of the Salt Bowl. Kyler Shelby in a quarterback. He's finding Kamari Austin. We saw him connect a little bit last year was Austin. Hornets in the red zone, and then Hornets score. This time, Zachariah Curtis Jones. Bryant leads 13-3. They would run away with this one. They take the win in the Salt Bowl 2025, 40-10.
So for the first time in 2 decades, the Salt Bowl moves back to Saline County. Also for the first time in 2 decades, Joe T. Robinson takes the field without Todd Escola as head coach. He retired after last season. Longtime coordinator Tyler Updergrove takes over in charge of the Senators. They're hosting PA to start this one. William Sabota, a converted wide receiver at quarterback for the Bruins, and right there, he finds Bryce Gittin. He finds the end zone. PA still trails 7-6 after the 2-point conversion is no good, but it's PA, so you know to expect onside kicks. This one gets the bounce and the recovery. Remember, the kicking team cannot advance if they recover an onside kick. That'll be important later. PA, though, once again, Sabota, this time to Javion Walker. That gives the Bruins a lead. All right, I said to remember that rule because here comes PA doing the PA thing. They're going to onside kick again. This time, Robinson recovers. It's Deuce Williams. He is allowed to advance it, and Deuce finds the end zone. It's 14 all in this one. All right, Joe T with the ball once again. They're going for it on 4th down, rolling to his right. Slammed, a huge hit, gives PA the ball right back, but Sabota looking, doesn't see Hakeem Frampton. He's going to take that one in for 6. Just trust me on this one. The second pick 6 of the first half, and Joe T. Robinson doesn't allow another point. The Senators make a statement. They take down mighty Pulaski Academy 53-14. Wow.
That's pretty impressive for Robinson to do that against a team like PA. Let's stay in Little Rock. Hall High hosting Darnell. How about the Warriors with a backflip right to our cameraman almost? Quite the way to start the year, but it's actually the Sand Lizards who start out the ball game a little bit hotter. On the punt return, give it to Ian Bransom to take it to the house. Darnell with an early lead in this one against the Warriors. Then Creed Vega back for another season, his senior season with the Sand Lizards team that is poised to make a championship run. Touchdown pass to his guy in the end zone. Darnell taking a big time lead. Vega was just chunking it to his receivers all day long. This time to fellow senior Rod Chatton. How about this? Darnell absolutely dominating Hall. They shut out Hall High 65-0, the final score.
All right, let's head to Northwest Arkansas, some 7A action. Rogers playing host to North Little Rock. First game of the second Brad Bolding era for the Charging Wildcats. And we're going to start here with Jeff Reagan to Braxton Lindsay. The Rogers Bounties offense was rolling for much of this one. North Little Rock, though, trying to make something happen. Corey Marshall hits Jameer Lee. A huge hit, though. And then a few plays later, A.J. Francisco gets the sack. They hold North Little Rock to just a field goal on that drive, and that field goal is all North Little Rock would get. Rogers rolls by a final score of 41-3. And remember, if you want to see our high school football scoreboard, it's not just the games we're showing you, it's every game around the state. You can text the word SCORES to 501-376-1111 as soon as the Friday Night Blitz ends, and you can see all of those scores.
All right, we mentioned rivalries. We talked the Salt Bowl. We got to go down to Hot Springs and check out Lakeside and Lake Hamilton. Highlights from that big-time matchup, plus much more coming up next in the Friday Night Blitz.
You're watching Friday Night Blitz on TNT 11. Go Hornets!
Welcome back into the Friday Night Blitz. 0 week, the first week of the high school football season where the games count. Nick, we promised the people rivalries, but it was really just the Salt Bowl at first.
Yeah, really a Salt Bowl, and then you got to go down to Hot Springs to check out a lot of those other ones, Lakeside and Lake Hamilton. A big one that our very own THP 11's Carter Threet was at this evening.
Lakeside and Lake Hamilton. These two teams are rivals, and you can tell because there was about 100 unsportsmanlike flags during this game. There was also a lot of points. Check out number 13, A.J. Burns, making 3 guys miss for Lakeside, and then Wally Walcott's going to find Luke Rubelski. They love those screens, and they love that it's tied up 7-7, but Lake Hamilton's going to love this. Beautiful ball down the field to the wide receiver, and he's not going to get all the way in, but he's going to get pretty close. It's close enough for Coy Autry to finish the job. He's going to take the toss and make it 14-7 Lake Hamilton in front of the home crowd. But now, if you want Lakeside highlights, we are about to get a whole lot of them. You're about to get a whole lot of this guy. Number 4, Peter Omen, makes it 14-all. And then, told you they like those screens. And down the sideline, it's Peter. Oh, man. They are not going to catch him. He knows it from about the 30-yard line. Look at him, finger in the air. He's made it 21-14 Lakeside, and then after a stop, this time it's Drew Morgan. Again down the sideline, again making a man miss, and it's 28-14 Lakeside Rams. So Lake Hamilton needs something, but they can't get it. Chris Ford with the interception, and then who else? Peter Omen. He's going to finish it off 35-14 at half, and it would continue like that. Lakeside rolls over their rival.
All right, pretty special what Garen Rockwell is doing with Lakeside. Thanks, Carter. Now we switch our attention to Arkadelphia, a Badger team coming off for a state title and hungry for another one. Tonight hosting 5A foe Camden Fairview. First drive of the game. The Badger offense looking like it did a season ago. Caden Whitaker taking this one in for a red zone score. 7-0 Arkadelphia with the early lead. Their offense was clicking till it wasn't. Bryson McCoy back for his junior year with a mistake here. Jeremiah Radford tipping the ball to himself, makes a big time play. Camden Fairview offense unable to do much tonight. Punts it off to the speedster Cam Archer, and watch Archer go to work. Just like that, he's gone. Is he? The 10-5 to the 1 yard line, fumbles. Well, they would get the ball back. There'd be a flag. Things happen. They get a field goal, so that's okay too, right? 10-0 the score at halftime. Arkadelphia in the second half would hold on. They get the win 17-14 over the 5A Camden Fairview.
And we're going to head down to Warren now. The Lumberjacks introducing a new Jumbotron. We'll call that a Jumbo Jack. Why not? And here comes Warren in the early going. Jackson Denton tossing a TD to the back of the end zone. Early Lumberjack lead, but Greenbrier going to come right back with the name we said a lot last year. Looks like we're going to be saying it a lot this year as well. Enoch Asan takes the short pass, turns it into a long touchdown. Greenbrier going back on top, but you know what happens when we show you a kickoff? It means something special. It almost always means a kick return for a touchdown, and that's exactly what we see. Aaron Davis taking this one to the house for the Lumberjacks. No one's gonna catch that man. Unfortunately for Warren, they couldn't keep up with the Enoch Asan offense of Greenbrier. Here comes Asan again for another touchdown, and Greenbrier goes on the road, picks up a big-time 0-week win, 57-32 over Warren. All right, we promised you more rivalries. Now we head down to the Highway 270 Classic with our TH11's own Maya.
The smell of football is strong here in Whitehall, and boy, did we miss it. The excitement, the rivalry, it's all back at this year's 2025 Highway 270 Classic. Two renowned coaches leading fierce teams to kick off week 0. Let's check it out.
All right, let's just get straight to the action because there was a lot of it. You see that student section, they were amped up to get things going to see who would take home the trophy. Look at it shining under those lights. Whitehall got things going first. It was quarterback White Golden with a little toss to Kel McIntyre. McIntyre putting those jets on, using those arms to get a Bulldog touchdown. It was a fast-paced first quarter. The Bulldogs kept the Yellow Jackets off the board until the second quarter when things took a turn. QB Dax McMillan to Hunter Sosha. What a catch, and he's gone, putting points on the board for Sheridan. The Yellow Jackets went for the 2-point conversion. It was no good. Then this is when it gets crazy. Sheridan going for the onside kick. The ball recovered by Kel McIntyre, who turned those Jets on, blowing smoke behind them, and the Bulldogs are back up. From there, it became a cat and mouse game. The Yellow Jackets were able to score again, and just when the Bulldogs thought they had one, it was Ross Stevens who intercepted McIntyre's pass. In the end, the Yellow Jackets were able to etch their names on the trophy again. Sheridan taking it home 58, Whitehall 28.
All right, let's go to the 7A up in Northwest Arkansas. Fayetteville hosting Cabot. We start our highlights in the first half. How about a snap directly to the running back, Cooper Powell, with a full head of steam. Fayetteville was up 22 at this point, but trying to cut down that lead was Cabot. Next, Bulldogs possession, quarterback Hank Hendricks to Cartavian Taylor. They would end up settling for a field goal. Panthers trying to hold on to the lead. They get a field goal as well. Cabot would respond, though, with one of their own as well. But this one belonged to the Purple Dogs. Domination from pretty much start to finish. How about a 70-plus yard touchdown run to put it in the books for Fayetteville? They get the win 66-24 of Cabot.
You're watching Friday Night Blitz on TH11.
All right, remember, tune in tomorrow night at 10 for the first Hog Zone of the year when we break it all down. For now, though, thanks for watching the Friday Night Blitz.